Good morning, BSE2 Filipino. We are the Group 4, namely Sister Francis Valerie, Gomez Emmanuel, Manzano Maricar, Ronas Lyca, and yours truly, Bala Jemuel. And our topic is all about the school head in a school-based management. First, let's define SBM or school-based management. It is a strategy to improve education by transferring significant decision-making authority from state and district offices to individual schools. SBM provides principals, teachers, students, and parents greater control over the education process by giving them responsibility for decision about the budget, personnel, and the curriculum. Through the involvement of teachers, parents, and the other community members in these key decisions, SBN can create more effective learning environments for children.
Pros and cons. Advantages and disadvantages of school-based management. There is no justification for converting from a centralized form of administration to a decentralized one if there is no advantage in the change. The experience of the limited number of school districts that have embraced school-based management and a review of applicable literature reveal a number of advantages which make decentralization superior to centralization. There are 14 found advantages in school-based management. First is greater commitment by staff to decisions. Second, greater support for how funds are spent. Third, increased professional growth. Fourth, the school board and public have a better view of spending. Fifth, more effective spending of limited funds. Sixth, educational equity is maximized. Seventh, student-based budgeting is adaptable to vouchers and tuition credits. 8. School-based management sets a good model for students. 9. More leadership opportunity is provided for principals. 10. The school becomes more responsive to the community. 11. Teachers are empowered for enhanced student learning. 12. Educational concerns take highest priority. 13. The educational constituency is enlarged. Now, the first 1 to 13 are to be explained first because the 14th have its own explanation. Now, from the first to 13th advantages, these advantages are seen because the decisions are made directly at the school and without the need of appealing and waiting for approval from the district or the states. School staff can more accurately assess situation and act accordingly, which means if they see an issue in the school, they could assess it and fix it right away, instead of waiting for approval from the district or the state. And at the same time, the staff will be more active when doing their job and in turn help the parents, especially the children in school. Another thing that needs to be understood is that school-based management or SPM is important because of the different needs in different schools. One school may need more staff and some school may need more facilities. When a state holds the management of 4 or more schools, action will take longer and may be the cause why more issues will arise. So without the need to wait for the district or state to fix this, the school can directly take action and solve it. Now for the 14th advantage, school-based management means effective school. Now what is this? The effective school research has concluded that effective schools have the following 5 broad characteristics. The first one is strong instructional leadership. Second, high expectations. Third, instructional focus. Fourth, positive school climate. Fifth, measurement of effectiveness. These 5 characteristics are referred to as correlates of an effective school, because these characteristics have a relationship or correlation to an effective school. Although researchers cannot prove that these characteristics cause a school to be effective, they can prove that these correlates are present in the school found to be effective. Now, the disadvantages. There are a number of disadvantages in the school-based management. First is, the preparation requires significant planning and time and effort. Second, extra financial assistance is needed to finalize a recommendation. Third, extra time on the part of everybody is required initially. Fourth, the transition will probably involve controversy. Fifth, labor relation may become a problem. Sixth, organizational inefficiency can result. Seventh, there is no guarantees that things will be better. While the advantages may seem great and all, we must take note that switching from a centralized to decentralized management is not instant and may take long time as the school cannot follow through this change. Staff and students will need to adjust because of this change. Initially, it may be a good change as long as proper and correct steps are taken. SBM can be effective. Now, how can school-based management can fail? The first thing is that failure of the school board to support the management system. The second is the superintendent's inability or unwillingness to let go. Third, the absence of an appropriate organizational structure. Fourth, unworkable and unfair allocation of resources to the school. Fifth, poor labor relation. Sixth, inadequate provision of staff development. Seventh, customer satisfaction is the acid test of any management system. Eighth and last, lack of preparation.
Demands of conditions for school-based management to succeed. Number 1, teachers and school heads must be given the opportunity to make choices. They must actively participate in school improvement planning. Number 2, the involvement of parents and teachers must be strongly encouraged and highly welcomed. Number 3, stakeholders must participate in the development of school improvement plan. They must have a say on resources allocation to meet specific need. Number 4, higher authorities must actively encourage thoughtful experimentation and innovation in the atmosphere where mistakes are viewed as learning experience. Number 5, teachers must develop reflection and problem solving. Number 6, schools must have basic resources. Number 7, schools must develop an effective school support system. Number 8, schools are provided with regular information on their performance. Number 9, schools are given advice on how they may improve. And number 10, schools emphasize the motivational element in the management work of the principal.
We will discuss about the roles and functions and the knowledge, skills, and abilities, or the KSA required of school heads for effective SBM implementation. First, the roles of school heads. It is a visionary principal and motivator, advocate, and a planner. These roles will help the SBM to be effective in every schools because being the head of the school, you should know how to control or manage it in a way that the teachers, students, and the parents are actively participating on any activities or policies you will implement. Ipakita mong capable ka sa lahat ng bagay dahil ikaw bilang school head ay kanilang pinagkakatiwalaan sa pagpapaganda at pagpapayabong pa sa ikabubuti ng paaralan gayon din ang mga taong naririto, tulad ng mga guro, estudyante, at mga magulang. And now, let's move on to the functions of school heads for effective SBM. As a school head, he or she leads in setting the vision, mission, and goals of the schools. It is important for him or her to set what to achieve in order to improve the work of its staff and what suitable strategies to apply for the implementation of SBM to be effective enough to develop a corresponding skills and knowledge to attain its vision or the goals of a school head in implementing SBM. Third, we will be tackled about why it is required for KSA. These are the change and future orientation of special qualifications that the school heads need to have for its job to implement SBM and on how he or she will make it effectively. And then let's move on to the builder of networks and support system. Functions. Organize or expand school community and local government networks and groups that will actively participate in school improvement. This will enhance good communication to build a strong relationship to work with others to improve the state of the school. Second, function is to lead in developing and implementing the session initiation protocol or the SIP with the participation of the school staff and the community. The SIP will serve as a signal protocol used for initiating, maintaining, modifying, and terminating real-time communication session between Internet Protocol devices. This is a tool to use for the better communication between school staff and the community. Lastly, live in developing and maintaining the school MIS or the Management Information System used for decision-making and for the coordination, control, analysis, and visualization of information in an organization to implement the right decision within the school. Required KSA, networking, organizing, social mobilizing advocacy, development of teamwork building consensus and skills in negotiation and conflict resolution, participatory planning and administrative management, generation and use of data and information as the basis of planning and management. These are the needs of effective SBM because having the skills will help the staff to work easily, and improving their knowledge on something will help them to enhance the abilities of the people on working to attain the vision or the goals for effective SBM implementation.
Curriculum developer and instructional leader. So let's enumerate the functions of this one. First, to create a physical, psychological climate conducive to teaching and learning, localize and implement school curriculum. Third, encourage dev, and use of innovative instructional methods focused on improving learning outcomes, increasing access to basic education, improving the holding power of school, and addressing specific local problems. So let's proceed to the required KSAS of this one. First is development of collective accountability for school and students' performance. Second, designing of the curriculum to address both national goals, local needs, and aspirations. Third, create of an open learning system based on several resources materials rather than on a single textbook. And the last, participatory and peer-based instructional supervision. Let's proceed to the final resource manager. The functions are: first, administer and manage all personal, physical, and fiscal resource of the school. Second, encourage and accept donations, gifts, bequests, and grants for educational purposes and report all such to the appropriate offices. And the required KSAS of this one are fund management, serving as model for the transparency and accountability in financial management.